Hey Taurus, I need to talk to you about something that came up in the cards today, and honestly, when I pulled these cards, I had to sit back for a moment because the energy here is intense. We are looking at a situation involving someone who is committed elsewhere, but there is this pull toward you that they cannot seem to shake off. The desire and the mental battle happening here is really something else. So let me just dive right in, because the first card I pulled is the Magician, and I have to tell you, Taurus, this is not your average energy card. The Magician represents someone who has all the tools at their disposal, someone who knows exactly what they want and has the ability to manifest it. In this context, this person looking at you has this incredible awareness of their own power and their own desires. They know what they feel when they think about you. This is someone who is very much in control of their life in most areas, someone who probably appears very put together on the outside, very capable and confident. But here's the thing about the Magician energy: when it comes to matters of the heart, it represents someone who is acutely aware of the magnetic pull between two people. This person feels that attraction to you on every single level: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. They are not confused about what they feel. The Magician is about conscious creation, and this person is very consciously aware that what they feel for you is real and powerful. They might be manifesting thoughts of you constantly, unable to stop thinking about scenarios where things could be different. The Magician also suggests that this person has been trying to use their willpower and their logic to manage these feelings, but here is the challenge. Some things cannot be controlled through sheer willpower alone. This person keeps coming back mentally to you, keeps replaying conversations, moments, the way you made them feel. There is a sense with the Magician that they feel like if circumstances were different, they could create something absolutely amazing with you. They see the potential so clearly it almost hurts them. This is someone who is strategic in their life, who plans things out. But when it comes to you, all that strategy goes out the window because the heart wants what it wants. The Magician in this position tells me this person is not just passively feeling something, they are actively struggling with it, actively thinking about it, actively wishing things were different. And Taurus, you need to understand that this level of conscious desire is actually harder for them to deal with than if it were just a passing attraction, because they know what this could be. The second card that came through is King of Pentacles, and this just confirms so much about who this person is and why this situation is so complicated for them. The King of Pentacles represents someone who has built something stable and solid in their life. This is a person who values security, commitment, responsibility, and material stability. They are likely in a committed relationship or marriage that from the outside looks very established and secure. This could be someone who has built a life with another person. Maybe they have shared finances, shared property, shared responsibilities. The King of Pentacles is someone who does not take their commitments lightly. They are the type of person who honors their word and who feels a deep sense of duty to what they have built. So you can imagine the internal conflict happening here, Taurus. This is not someone who enters into relationships casually or who would normally allow themselves to develop feelings outside of their commitment. The King of Pentacles is steady, reliable, grounded. But here they are, feeling this overwhelming pull toward you that goes against everything they have built their life around. What makes this even more intense is that the King of Pentacles represents someone who is probably very good at compartmentalizing, very good at maintaining appearances, very good at doing what is expected of them. So on the surface, they are continuing to show up in their committed relationship, they are continuing to fulfill their duties and obligations. But internally, Taurus, there is this whole other reality happening where they cannot stop thinking about you, cannot stop wanting you, cannot stop imagining what life could be like if they were free to pursue what they really want. The King of Pentacles also tells me this person probably provides well for their partner. They are stable and secure in that relationship, but there is something missing emotionally or spiritually that they feel when they connect with you. You represent something they did not even know they were craving until they met you. Now the third card is Five of Swords, and this is where we really see the mental anguish this person is experiencing. The Five of Swords is about conflict, defeat, and the aftermath of a battle. In this situation, it represents the internal war this person is fighting between what they want and what they believe is right or possible. There is a sense of defeat with this card, like they have already fought this battle in their mind 1,000 times and they keep coming to the same conclusion that they cannot have you, but that conclusion does not make the desire go away. The Five of Swords can also represent the conflict they might feel between their current commitment and these new feelings. Every time they think about you, there is probably a wave of guilt, a wave of shame. because they know they should not be feeling this way about someone else. But Taurus, here is what the Five of Swords is really showing me. This person feels like they are in a no-win situation. If they stay in their current situation and never acknowledge these feelings, they lose out on something that could be truly special with you. But if they were to act on these feelings, they would be breaking a commitment and potentially hurting someone they care about. The Five of Swords shows someone who is mentally exhausted from this internal battle. They might go through cycles where they tell themselves they need to forget about you and move on. They might even distance themselves from you temporarily. But then the feelings come rushing back even stronger than before. There is also an element with the Five of Swords of feeling like they have lost something, even though the battle is only happening in their mind. They feel like they have lost the possibility of what could have been with you. And there might be some self-directed anger here too. Anger at themselves for allowing these feelings to develop. Anger at the universe for putting you in their path when the timing is all wrong. The Five of Swords in this reading tells me this person is not at peace, Taurus. Not at all. They are struggling deeply, and that struggle is something they probably hide very well from the outside world, but it is consuming them internally. The fourth card I pulled is Two of Wands, and this is really interesting because the Two of Wands is about planning, about looking toward the future, about standing at a crossroads. This person is actively contemplating different paths forward. The Two of Wands shows someone who is looking beyond their current circumstances and imagining what could be. In this context, this person is definitely thinking about a future with you. They might be playing out scenarios in their mind. What would happen if they left their current situation? What would life look like with you? Could they actually make it work? The Two of Wands is about having a vision, and this person has a very clear vision of what a relationship with you could be like. But here's the thing about the Two of Wands. It is a card of potential and planning, but not yet action. This person is still in the contemplation phase. They have one foot in their current committed situation, and one foot mentally and emotionally reaching toward you. The Two of Wands suggests they are weighing their options very carefully. They are probably thinking about the practical aspects. What would it mean to leave their current relationship? What would they be giving up? What would they be gaining? There is a sense with this card that they feel like they are holding the whole world in their hands, like the decision they make will change the entire trajectory of their life. And you know what, Taurus? The Two of Wands appearing here tells me that this is not just fantasy for them, this is something they are genuinely considering. They are looking at you as a real possibility, not just as a passing attraction. The figure in the Two of Wands is always shown looking out over a vast landscape, considering the journey ahead. This person is definitely looking ahead, and you are very much part of that landscape they are envisioning. However, the Two of Wands also carries a warning that planning and doing are two different things. This person might spend a lot of time thinking and planning and envisioning, but actually taking action is another matter entirely, especially given the King of Pentacles energy we saw earlier that shows how much they value stability and security. The fifth card is Eight of Swords in Taurus. This card really drives home the sense of feeling trapped that this person is experiencing. The Eight of Swords shows a figure who is blindfolded and bound, surrounded by swords, feeling completely stuck and unable to move forward. This is exactly how this person feels about their situation with you. They feel trapped by their circumstances, trapped by their commitment, trapped by their responsibilities, trapped by what other people expect of them. The Eight of Swords is a card of mental imprisonment, and this person has created a prison in their own mind where they believe they cannot have what they want with you. Every time they think about reaching out to you or expressing how they feel, there is this wall of swords representing all the reasons why they cannot do it. Their commitment, their fear of hurting others, their fear of what people would think, their fear of disrupting the stability they have built, fear of the unknown if they were to leave their current situation. The Eight of Swords tells me this person feels powerless, even though ironically the Eight of Swords is often about self-imposed limitations. If the figure in the card just removed the blindfold, they would see that the swords are not actually forming an impenetrable barrier, and they could walk away if they chose to. But the blindfold represents their inability to see a clear path forward. This person feels so bound by their circumstances that they cannot even imagine a way out. And Taurus, I want you to understand something important here. The Eight of Swords shows that this person is suffering. They are not happily going about their committed relationship without a care in the world. They are feeling genuinely trapped and conflicted. The desire they feel for you is not bringing them joy right now. It is bringing them pain because they cannot act on it. They might lie awake at night thinking about you. They might feel this constant ache in their chest when they remember they cannot be with you. The Eight of Swords is about feeling restricted and limited, and that is absolutely the energy this person is experiencing. They want you so badly, but they feel like there is no way to actually have you without everything in their life falling apart. And finally, Taurus, the sixth card is the Emperor, and this brings us full circle in understanding this person and their situation. The Emperor represents authority, structure, control, and established order. This card confirms that this person is someone who values rules, commitments, and doing what is considered right by society. The Emperor is about following the established path, about maintaining order and control in your life. This person likely sees themselves as someone who does the right thing, who honors their commitments, who does not just act on impulse or desire. The Emperor sits on a throne of stone, unmovable, solid, established. This represents the life this person has built and the identity they have constructed for themselves as someone who is responsible and in control. But here is what is so powerful about the Emperor appearing in this reading. Even the Emperor, with all his authority and control, cannot control the heart. Even someone who values structure and order as much as this person does cannot simply turn off deep feelings. The Emperor in this position shows me that this person is trying so hard to maintain control over the situation and over their feelings, but they are finding it increasingly difficult. They might be someone who is used to being in control of every aspect of their life, but these feelings for you have thrown everything into chaos. The Emperor also represents their commitment to their current relationship, the vows they took, the life they built with someone else. This is not someone who will make a rash decision or act impulsively. If they were ever to leave their current situation for you, it would be after much deliberation and planning, because the Emperor does not do anything without careful consideration. But Taurus, the Emperor appearing here, also shows that this person is in a position of power in their life. They do have the authority to make choices about their own future, even if it does not feel like it right now with the Eight of Swords energy. They are not actually powerless. They just feel that way because the decision they face is so enormous and life-changing. So Taurus, let me just bring this all together for you, because the energy here is really complex and intense. You have someone represented by the King of Pentacles who is committed and stable, someone who has built a solid life. But they encountered you, and the Magician energy shows they are completely aware of this powerful magnetic attraction between you two. They cannot stop thinking about you, and the Two of Wands shows they are actively envisioning a future with you, playing out scenarios in their mind. But the Five of Swords reveals the mental anguish they are experiencing, this constant internal battle between what they want and what they believe they should do. The Eight of Swords shows they feel completely trapped by their circumstances, unable to see a way forward. And the Emperor represents their commitment to structure and doing what is right, their dedication to the life and commitments they have already established. This is someone who wants you desperately, Taurus, but who feels completely stuck. They are probably showing up every day in their committed relationship, going through the motions, but internally they are thinking about you constantly. The desire here is absolutely overwhelming, just like I said at the beginning. This is not some small crush or passing attraction. This is someone who is genuinely struggling with deep feelings for you while being bound to someone else. The question is what happens from here, and honestly, Taurus, that is not entirely clear because they are still very much in this state of internal conflict. The Two of Wands suggests they are considering possibilities, but the Emperor and the King of Pentacles show someone who moves very carefully and deliberately. They may continue to struggle with this for quite some time. What I can tell you is that you are absolutely on their mind constantly, that the pull they feel toward you is not going away, and that they are genuinely torn apart by this situation. I would love to know if this resonates with your situation, Taurus. Is there someone in your life right now who is committed to someone else, but you feel this intense connection with them? Have you noticed them pulling away and then coming back? Let me know in the comments how this reading lands for you, because the cards are showing such a powerful story here.